Hello, hello, everyone. How's it going? Thank you so much for being here. Welcome. I'm Ande Anderson, if you don't know me already. My partner, Ike Allen, and I are the founders of Avaya Media and The Truth About Prosperity. And thanks so much for joining me for this welcome live cast to the Be, Do, Succeed Global Online Conference. I'm super pumped you're here. So excited to see you. So everybody tuning in right now, there is a live chat box to the right of my video. So go ahead and let me know that you're here. Let me know you can hear me. Let me know your name and where you're from. And we'll just take it slow for the first 30 seconds to a minute or so while people hop on. Awesome. Hi from Las Vegas. Anna. Hello from Venezuela. Fabulous. Yes, don't be shy, everybody. Type something over that chat box. Let me know you're here. And again, thanks so much for tuning into this. I'm so excited to have you here. Another thing for everybody to know is I will dive into a bunch of stuff in the next half hour or so on this call, and then I will open it up to questions. So if you have any questions about the event that's about to take place starting tomorrow, any questions for me, any questions at all about the event, how it works, what's to come, anything at all, just go ahead and ask those in the live chat box next to this video. And I will get to those at the end of what I'm going to talk about. And so at any point in time, comment, ask questions, whatever you want to do. Andrew, oh, sorry, not Andrew, Glenda Andrew, hi from Preston, UK. Awesome. We're coming from all over the world here. I love it. So I just have to say thank you to everybody. Thank you so much for being a part of this Be, Do, Succeed online conference and, you know, going on this journey with me and these extraordinary 24 speakers, right? 24 entrepreneurial experts, people who have, you know, walked their talk for years in being an entrepreneur, and they know their stuff. They know all the B's and the do's, and they're going to share it with us. So I'm super excited to share it with you. Oh, we got some more people. Blake, awesome. Hi, Andy. Really looking forward to this from Virginia. Awesome. Just a little bit north of me. I am in coastal North Carolina this evening. At least it's evening for me. It's daytime for other people, depending on where you're coming from. Wendy Tucker from Philadelphia. Wonderful. Sharon Collins from Maryland. Oh, you're just north of us too. Awesome. I love it. So here's just a little bit of what you're going to discover in this conference, right? Over the next 11 days, starting tomorrow, you're going to be learning about a lot of different skills. You're going to be learning about a lot of different strategies to remove psychological blocks, right? These things, these blind spots, these psychological blocks that are keeping you from, possibly even right now in this moment, from moving forward, from starting your own business, from finding what you're passionate about and going after it, from succeeding in the current business that you have or switching into a different niche if you're not happy where you are, right? We're going to talk a lot about these skills and strategies and tools and tips and ways to remove psychological blocks from your psyche, right? So that you can have a clear vision moving forward. And the other big, gigantic piece of things we're going to learn here is you're going to learn actually practical steps. You're going to learn things that you can apply right away. I wanted to design this conference in a way that you could have practical steps you could apply right after you get off of the interviews in a way that will increase your revenue. So we're going to talk about all sorts of different steps and strategies from these 24 different speakers. And we're going to dive into the how-tos and the ways of being that you need to apply in your life in order to be successful. Ooh, we've got someone from Africa. Oh my goodness. Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. Someone is saying that they can't hear anything to any of you. I think everyone can hear me because I haven't heard anyone else not able to hear me. Is anyone else having issues hearing me at all? You might want to try, the person having a hard time hearing me, you might want to open this live stream in a different browser, right? If you're using Internet Explorer, try Chrome, try Firefox, something different. Obviously, make sure your speakers are up on your computer. You might want to try putting a headset in or something like that. Okay, Wendy says that you can hear me. So I'm not sure what the issue is that you're having with hearing. Okay, no issues on sound. Yeah, so those would be the suggestions I'd have for you that you're having a hard time hearing. Okay, but not great audio. I will get closer to my microphone here. Okay, so I just turned up my microphone a little bit, so hopefully that'll help the people who are having a hard time hearing. Okay, coming through fine, wonderful. All right, technology and all its wonders. Okay, well, we'll just keep rolling here. Another thing you could try, the person that you're having a hard time hearing, maybe try tuning in on your phone. If you're on a computer, try your phone or try some different device. It might be a codec issue on your computer, but we'll just keep rolling forward. All right. So where was I? So, right, we're going to learn about the being and we're going to learn about the doing when it comes to being successful, right? And this, another reason I'm doing this conference and I wanted to put this together for you guys is I'm a passionate entrepreneur and I am constantly trying to figure out new ways of being, right, that can help me become more successful in my business. And at the same time, I'm constantly trying to evolve and learn new things to do to market our business, to become more and more successful in all the stuff that we do at our company. So I am learning right along with you, and I'm so excited to dive in this with you. And again, if you are already an entrepreneur, you're going to find a lot of amazing things that you can apply into your business, your current business. But if you're not an entrepreneur, this is going to be a great stepping stone for you to use to jump into a new business. Maybe you're looking at starting a side business right now. You have a job, but you eventually want to, get out of that job and move into an actual business. So this is going to be a really, really good, amazing event for you. Okay. All right. So for those of you, just a quick little insight, little introduction. So for those of you who are new to Avaya, my partner Ike Allen and I are the founders of Avaya, and Avaya creates all sorts of different media. So we have films, we have courses, such as The Truth About Prosperity, Empowering Women in Business and Beyond, Leap, A Quantum Awakening, A Course in Miracles, the movie for all of you A Course in Miracles fans, The Tao of Quantum Physics, and many, many, many more. We also are the creators of the 45 Days with Book series. We now have 14 titles published in that series and several online courses related to personal development, spiritual development, business development, entrepreneurship, all sorts of different things. And we also create online events like this one. Right? So just like the Be Do Succeed online conference. So I know that a lot of you tuning in, not everybody, but a lot of you tuning in came to us and learned about us back a few months ago when we posted our The Truth About Prosperity Global Online Conference. In this conference, we just knocked this out of the park. It was so much fun, and we received so much amazing positive feedback from you guys about this that we had to do another one. We had to do another one for you and put something else on to keep this momentum rolling for you in your life. And again, whether you're, starting a business or you have one or whatever, we wanted to dive really much deeper into the entrepreneurship aspect of things for this. But it will also apply to people who are not in a business right now. And maybe you just want to learn, ways that you can psychologically push beyond psychological glass ceilings because you're looking to invest in the stock market or you're looking to get a higher paying job or whatever it is. So this is for you too, if that is the case for you. So, here's the thing. After we finished up the Truth About Prosperity online conference, we asked you guys what you wanted to hear more of, what you wanted in our next event. And 2 topics were mentioned over and over again. So that is how this conference came to be. So one of those things was you wanted to dive deeper into removing limiting beliefs about money, right? And particularly as it relates to succeeding as either an existing entrepreneur or an aspiring entrepreneur. So that is the B aspect of this conference. And then you also wanted to learn practical, implementable steps that you could take to monetize your existing or soon-to-be business. So that is why the 24 entrepreneurial experts that you're going to start hearing from starting tomorrow in this conference, they're going to dive into who you need to be and what you need to do in order to achieve whatever level of financial success you're looking to achieve. And all of us is different, right? Like we talked about in the Truth About Prosperity conference, we each have a unique truth about prosperity. My truth about prosperity is different than your truth about prosperity, or at least I think it might be different, right? We're all unique, and we have each a different goals, aspirations, things that we want to do with our money, places we want to give it away, things that we want to create with it, lifestyles that we want to live, quality of life. all that kind of stuff. So we'll dive into all that. And I actually will be asking these entrepreneurs some really, really unique questions, right? About how they actually market their businesses and what tactics out there today are working for them, right? There's a lot of tactics out there in building a business. There are a million different ways. There's a million different things online that you can look up to find, oh, how do I make money online? How do I grow my email list? How do I do Facebook Live and monetize that? How do I, do webinars or affiliate and JV marketing, Facebook ads, Google ads, ClickBank, yada, yada, yada. So all of that kind of stuff, these are the kinds of questions, in addition to, right, all of the belief work and the psychological work, I'm also going to be asking them questions on specifically, how has your business worked for you, Hale Dwoskin, right? You were in the secret. You've been super, super successful. So how is it that you market your business? So things like that. So I am super excited for that part. And these are questions that I think a lot of these experts aren't always asked necessarily, because most of the stuff they're talking about, at least in their work and with their followers, are more, geared towards who to be, right, in belief work and spirituality as it relates to success and all that kind of stuff. So asking them these other questions is really, really exciting. So I can't wait. All right, so I want to give everyone just a quick reminder before I dive into a few more details of the event. So today is the last day you can get that all access pass to the event at the discounted price. So that's $47. So I just want to tell you and remind you that today is the last day. So starting tomorrow at 10 a.m. when the conference goes live, that price will be going up to $97. So today's the last day to get it for $47. And again, this pass includes all the video and audio downloads of all 24 speakers, right? A really great thing for you to have if you're someone who likes to listen to things, while you're at the gym, while you're walking the beach, while you're taking a hike in the mountains, you want to get that personal business development going. Great way to get that. And again, it includes videos and audios and 6 really amazing bonuses, 2 of which are actually digital downloads to our films here at Avaya. Those films are Leap and the Tao of Quantum Physics, which has been one of our best-selling films for years now. So I just wanted to remind you of that. So a few more event details here. So again, this event is totally free for you. The All Access Pass is completely optional. You do not have to purchase it. Totally up to you. Everything is free for you. You get to watch all of this stuff for free, totally, completely free to you. So dive in, take advantage of the content, and just love it. I know you're going to love it. I'm going to love it. I can't wait. So also it's 100% online, right? So you don't have to go to an event. We're going to, you can be watching this from your home, listening to these audios from your home, in your pajamas, in your yoga clothes, in your 3-piece suit, whatever you're wearing, right? You can do whatever you want. You can have that flexibility to do whatever, and you don't have to be, physically present at an event in order to get access to all of this really, really quality content. Another thing, so what we did for our last conference was we made a choice to do the interviews via video and audio. And I am so glad we did this, because I really feel, and we got a lot of feedback on this, that it created this really intimate, fun setting, right? It's really fun to get to connect with Lynn McTaggart on video and to see her and to see us interacting and all of that. It's so much fun. I have a blast interviewing people when I can actually see them as opposed to just hearing them, because there's this whole other intimate component that gets added to it. Being able to, right, watch each other's body language and all that kind of stuff in order to have like a really great conversation and ping pong back and forth and all that kind of stuff. So we know that you loved that on the last round. So we're doing that again. And that's actually not something that a lot of people do in these conferences, and they stick to the audio world. But we just loved presenting it in this way. And I loved connecting with you in this way last go around and wanted to do it again. So video and audio. So we got more people rolling in. Jan and awesome. Andrea from Germany. Hello from New York, Naples. Awesome, awesome. So here's the schedule. So every day, we're going to be sending out an email at 10 a.m. Eastern time, right? We are going to get the link to watch whatever day's interviews are being presented that day. And there's going to be 2 to 3. Most days have 2 interviews. A couple of days have 3 interviews, okay? So 2 to 3 interviews a day. And one of the biggest questions I get asked over and over again is, will you be able to watch the replays? Yes. So you will have a full 72 hours from the time that the interview airs, like tomorrow, we're starting off with Hale Dwoskin and Kristen Howe. Really, really excited about those. So you'll have 72 hours after those interviews air to watch the replays. So I totally get it. You can't necessarily dive in at 10 a.m. Eastern every day, right? You need to watch the replays sometimes. You've got a busy life. Totally get it. So just make sure you pay attention to the timing and the 72 hours to make sure that you dive into the interviews, all of the ones you're super jazzed about, or even some of the people that you might not know. I mean, we got some amazing, amazing people talking here. So, and just a quick reminder, in the emails we've been sending you, there has been a link to the schedule. So the day-to-day schedule, all of the events, all of the days in which speakers are speaking when, and they will all be released at 10 a.m. Eastern on those days. So you can look in our emails for that link. And I will save you from actually speaking it right now, so you have to spell it out or anything. So it is in those emails. Just click right through on that link. So I'll go through the first 3 days here to just give you an idea. So again, tomorrow, June 21st, we've got Hale Dwoskin and Kristen Howe. June 22nd, we have Lynn McTaggart and Maury Zelkovich. Super, super exciting. June 23rd, Deborah Poneman and David Perdue. And the list goes on and on for the next 11 days starting tomorrow. So we'll be sending you emails over the next 11 days, and just expect that we're going to be sending you at least 1, maybe 2 emails a day in order to keep you abreast of what's happening and make sure that you get your links for all the replays. Oh, here's another important thing. Please whitelist our email, okay? So it comes from love@avaya.com. You'll see it when you get your first welcome email from us that I'm sure you've all gotten. So just make sure that you add us to your contacts, or you quickly reply to the email that you get, so that you're actually putting us in your system. You're whitelisting us, because a lot of things happen. People miss their emails, or they find them in their spam folders. Make sure that you do that, or you might miss out on some of the links that we send out. And some people might be emailing later saying, man, I didn't get the links to days 4 and 5. Why not? Oh, right. They're sitting in the spam folder. So just make sure. And if you're on Gmail, make sure that you're looking in your promotions folder, because sometimes they can land in there. So you might find something in there. So another thing to note is I want to make sure that you've gotten your bonus interviews. So as a super awesome freebie for registering for the event, we have given you 3 bonus interviews, and you can actually download those, the video bonus interviews. You can download those from the bonus speaker page. Again, that link has been in every single email we've sent you from the time you've opted into this event. So make sure that you go back there if you haven't gotten those yet, and tune into those. There's some really great business and success experts. I had some really great conversations with these 3 entrepreneurial women. Lisa Peterson was talking about the art of having this abundant mindset. We had May Vu talking about building your business to 10K a month and beyond. And we had Catherine Garza, who is actually an Olympian, an Olympic athlete, and she was talking about how to integrate tapping, EFT tapping, into your life and your business, and how that can help you, push through stuff in the world of your success. So be sure to grab those. They're totally free for you guys. You can download them from the page that we provided. So here's the thing. So the big take-home message of this conference is we're going to be diving into 2 different worlds, and I've mentioned them already, but I'm going to dive a little bit deeper here to give you a nice introduction to what we're getting into over the next 11, 12 days, right? So we're focusing on 2 worlds, and these 2 worlds we're focusing on are in order to achieve financial success, right? A success in our business, success in our life, all of these things. And those 2 worlds are our inner world, right? What's going on inside of us, and our outer world. So when I talk about our inner world, I'm talking about things like beliefs. I'm talking about things like thoughts, stories, self-talk. How do you talk to yourself? How do you treat yourself? What kinds of things do you say to yourself inside your head, right? And all working on that inner world is so incredibly critical to succeeding in your life. And the second piece is by working on this inner world, you can then more successfully work on your outer world. And that's where action comes into play, right? You can, if you're working on your inner world and you're pushing through and really dissolving limiting beliefs like I don't deserve to have a lot of money, or I can't make it as an entrepreneur, or something ridiculous like that, right? Some crazy ridiculous belief like that. So you're removing these beliefs, and in comes inspired action. When you remove those beliefs, then you start to become inspired to take right action. When I say that, I'm just talking like right-minded action, right? From your right mind, as opposed to your limited mind. And this action, this doing, is another gigantic key component to your success, right? And where I've found, in my work, and my partner Ike and I, and our work and our coaching with people around prosperity and success, what we have found is oftentimes people are having trouble financially succeeding if they're neglecting one of those two worlds. So either focusing on just the being or just the doing, right? If you're just focusing on the being and you're, really like nailing being confident, but you're not moving and taking action, then it's pretty challenging to become successful, right? And same thing with doing. If you're just moving around like a busy bee, right? Like a little ant, and you're not actually focused on, well, wait a second, who am I being right now? Am I being desperate? Am I being, insecure? Who am I being? And are my actions actually bringing me results based on who I'm being? So this being and doing, again, is a big part of what Ike and I talk about in our coaching and our webinars and our seminars, in our Truth About Prosperity program that I know a lot of you listening and tuning into right now have either done or are doing right now. This is a big, gigantic component of it. So here's a question for you. Have you all heard of the be, do, have philosophy, right? I'm guessing most of you have, if you're listening to this right now, because you've been in the world of spiritual or personal development. But if you haven't, awesome too. So it's just an old ancient philosophy. It's the be, do, have, right? However, the way most humans tend to operate is the opposite of that, is have, do, be. Right? So have, do, be, right? We need to have something. Maybe it's more time. I need to have more time, or I need to have more money, or I need to have more education, or a specific degree before I can do something that I really want to do, right? Maybe that do is before I can quit my job, before I can, put 100% of my passionate energy into that business I really want to grow. And once I have and do those things, then I'm going to be happy, right? Then I'm going to be prosperous. Then I'm going to be wealthy, peaceful, whatever, right? Really common human tendency to flip that ancient philosophy around and believe that it's have, do, be. So does anyone listening to this right now, or can you relate to this, right? Does this sound familiar? It certainly sounds familiar to me, because my default human way of being is absolutely, the grass will be greener on the other side. As long as if I have this, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to be that. Totally. And it's a constant practice to reframe and remind myself that it's actually the other way around. So I'm right there with you in this practice. So, and it seems really logical and rational, right? To think I have to have something in order to do something, in order to be something, but it's not actually how this game of life works, right? You first need to be and practice the being of prosperity, or being prosperous, before you can take an inspired action or do whatever it is that you need to do to earn money. And then you're going to have the experience of making more money and having success, like having more money in the bank account, all of that stuff. So in being prosperous, it first begins with thinking, right? It's all about our thoughts and our beliefs, thinking and choosing to believe in prosperous, empowering thoughts. So those could be, I am a rock star entrepreneur, or I'm just starting at this, but I'm going to kick butt and take names, or I'm going to double my income this year, or whatever it is, right? And so once again, like tying this back into what we're all about to dive into in the next 11 days, starting tomorrow with this conference, that's why this conference is addressing both sides of the equation. That's why we're diving into the be, and that's why we're diving into the do, right? So here's something to note, though. This is a personal experience for me. So we're talking about be, do, have, right? How you first need to be prosperous before you can do, right? And take action. In my experience, and an experience of just coaching people and helping people over the years, push beyond psychological limits to success, or perceived limits to success, are that sometimes the being and doing happen at the same time. So you might find that you don't necessarily feel overly confident in starting you're building your website, right? Say you're starting from scratch, you're building a website. You might not feel overly confident. However, you watch a couple of tutorials. So you take an action, you watch a couple of tutorials, which actually helps instill the beingness of confidence into you. And then you keep moving forward. So in my experience, sometimes there's a little bit of a simultaneous thing happening here, right? Being and doing. And sometimes taking action is what you need to do in order to build that confidence. So it goes kind of both ways, but I wanted to make note of that because that's something that I've seen over and over again, that sometimes you just got to get into action, and your beingness grows and expands as you're in action as well. So a little bit more about doing, right? So most of us as humans are really actually solely focused on doing, right? We are these things called human beings, right? But what are we? We're really, we're human doings in so many ways, right? We're doing things all day long. We live in this crazy fast-paced society, and eventually people can end up on this autopilot, right? Not even questioning, why is it that I always take this route home when I come home from work? Or why is it that I only go to this networking event for my business? Or why is it that I'm still using this, email service provider and not trying something new, right? We get stuck in our ways and don't necessarily question. That's another thing we'll dive into in this conference. So it's really important to be aware of, in all these areas of your life, and definitely as it relates to your financial well-being, because again, you might be like racing around, checking things off your list, whether you have a business or not, and you're doing all this stuff, right? And you're like successfully finishing your to-do list for the day. However, you're not witnessing the results you want, right? The money is not coming into the bank or the PayPal account or your pocket, or the cash isn't flowing in like you want it to. So this is why, you need to take a look at the being as well. So I'm sure a lot of you can probably relate to this, right? Doing a lot of stuff and not getting the results that you want to see. So you are not alone. You're in this gigantic, amazing community of people that might be having a very similar experience to you. And we're going to dive into all this stuff. So, we, again, as human beings are always going to come up with all these different things that are going to distract us from the outer world, right? Oh my God, my phone is ringing or it's buzzing. I got another Facebook notification, or this is happening out here, and whatever, right? We can all find many, many, many different ways to distract ourselves from focusing on what's happening inside of us, right? And this is where our power is, right? This is where our thoughts reside. This is where our beliefs reside, right? All of those things. So the real power in this event is to transform, right, your financial life, by way of being, right? Is to really dive into that way of being beyond your daily to-do list, and then marry the two, right? It's not about one or the other. It's about the being and the doing, but just definitely be taking a look at who it is that you're being. And the doing is going to come so much easier to do to you when you do that. So again, it's the power of and. My partner always likes to talk about how everything it's the power of and, right? And this is a perfect example, right? It is not be or do, it is be and do, and sometimes simultaneously. So this is all an example of the power of and. So some just ways of being examples for you, right? Things that we're going to be practicing over the next 11, 12 days are things like being committed, right? Being committed to your success, being successful, being consistent, right? Being courageous. If you're feeling fear, got it. So am I sometimes, and so is everybody else. We all have some level of like experiencing fear. I guess I can't speak to everybody, but most human beings have some level of experiencing fear on some level or another. And a way you could practice is being courageous in times of fear, right? Being creative, being determined, being grateful, right? Being grateful, another really amazing way of being when it comes to, financial success in business. I know that, when we interviewed Bob Proctor, gosh, a couple years ago now, but we interviewed him for a gratitude project we were working on, and he couldn't stress enough how ridiculously important it is to be in a space of gratitude for like everything in your life, for all different ways and areas of your life, for your financial success, your health, your relationships, right? All of these different things, being grateful and being in a space of gratitude first of all, your business will be way more enjoyable if you're practicing that being grateful and being in a space of gratitude, and just way more fun. And if you're practicing that art, you will see the return on that. It's not necessarily the reason you're being grateful. However, amazing things happen when you're being grateful. Right? Other ways of being could be being a listener, right? Are you listening to your audience? Are you listening to your clients, right? Being a listener, being loyal, right? Do you have JV partners that you work with? Are you being loyal? Are you sending out your mailings when you say you're going to do it? Are you going to be there for your mastermind partners when they need you? Being loyal. So again, these are all ways of being that really give you the opportunity to empower yourself in your relationship with money. So let's take an example, right? If you be and focus on the beingness of ambitious, right? Then you're going to want to do ambitious things. And then guess what, right? You are going to create results in your life or your business because you chose to be ambitious, right? Same thing with confidence, right? If you are practicing the art of being confident, you're going to do and take actions that you wouldn't necessarily be doing if you were being insecure or you were being fearful or something like that. And you're going to create results in your financial life because you chose to be confident. So all of that stuff we are going to dive into. So excited about all of that. And so like, here's an example, like Hale Dwoskin, he's talking to us all tomorrow, and his topic for his talk is succeeding from the inside out. So this is exactly what we've just been talking about. It's all about succeeding from the inside out, right? Focusing on that beingness in order to do, right? He's going to show us about how our world is created from within and how knowing this can actually help you in your business. It affects your business. He's also a really amazing expert in the art of letting go. Right? He's going to talk to us about how when we let go of those psychological blocks, right? Same thing as like dissolving limiting beliefs. Okay. Another way of putting it is letting go of psychological blocks to success, right? All of the amazing things that can happen because of that. And again, who you're being, he talks, about who you're being in that letting go aspect, leading you into then doing and taking action. So again, never without the do. It's always the be and the do, the power of and together. Another great example, like Lynn McTaggart, she's going to be talking to us about the power of your thoughts, right? She's going to dive into the power of your thoughts as it relates to your financial well-being. And so, right, are you thinking thoughts that are empowering you, or are you thinking thoughts that are disempowering you? Are these thoughts serving you and your success and your financial income and, the happiness and success of your family, or are they sabotaging your success, right? What thoughts are you focused on? What are you thinking? Do these thoughts lead you to taking inspired actions, like out of confidence and passion, or are these thoughts leading you to either not being in action, right? Just avoiding taking action and being stopped, right? Or stalling, or maybe you're being in action out of desperation, which is a whole different way of being that often deters people from success. So people are going to dive into many, many, many different topics. Those are just a couple of the different things we'll dive into. Like, here's a couple of more examples, like brainwave entrainment. We're going to dive into brainwave entrainment, how that can help you on your entrepreneurial journey. We're going to talk about how to actually develop a growth mindset, right? Something that you need in order to become more financially successful and grow your business, grow your mind, right? We're going to talk about business models, right? What are all the different business models that we can choose from? Are you interested in having an online business? Are you interested in a brick and mortar business? Are you interested in, working with other people and doing, let's say you don't have your own product and you want to promote other people's products. So you're interested in affiliate marketing, or maybe you have your own product, but you want to find other people to promote your product. So you find affiliate marketers, or, whatever it is. We'll dive into lots of different business models. And maybe these are things you're already doing, which could just reassure you you're totally on course, and or maybe they're things you haven't been doing, but you want to add to whatever model you're currently working with. We'll also talk about branding, right? It's really important to know how to brand yourself in your business, whatever you're selling, whether you're selling your own like education, maybe you're teaching people how to be better parents, or you're teaching people how to make money or break through their psychological glass ceiling or whatever. How are you branding yourself? How are you marketing yourself? Or maybe you just have a product and you're marketing that product, right? It might not have anything to do specifically with you, but it's your product. And we're going to learn step-by-step guide to setting goals. Obviously, creating goals and creating an intention and a vision for our business and our future is super, super important. We're also going to dive into residual income. We'll dive into that a lot. And I love this. This is one of my favorite topics because who doesn't love residual income, right? Isn't it a great feeling? I know it's a great feeling for me and Ike when our films that perhaps were created 7, 8 years ago are still selling today. We could be at Disney World taking the girls on a spring break vacation or summer vacation or something like that, and seeing sales come in from a product that we created years ago. That's an evergreen product that will withstand the test of time, and people still want to hear this content. It's not something that we need to update necessarily all the time or whatever. So, right, residual income is a big topic that we'll dive into, and the different ways that some of these speakers suggest creating a residual income, right? There could be membership websites or how to, market other people's products. Again, that JV affiliate marketing kind of thing, writing books and putting them on Amazon, right? As digital books or Kindle books or whatever, things that can be recurring and continue to bring you revenue over time. All right. I'm going to go over here to the live chat window and just take a look. Everybody's all right. We got some good comments here. Awesome. I'm going to dive into a couple of questions that people have emailed me about first, and then I will take your questions. So I've gotten some emails about, let's see here. So one of the big themes that I've seen, especially as it relates to this particular conference, is a lot of you have mentioned that you're at a job you hate, right? I know how that feels. I was there once too. I remember being in the basement of the hospital down the hall from the morgue, and I know how horrible that felt, and it was not enjoyable, and I had no creative freedom, and I totally get it. Whatever that job is that you hate, I totally get it. So, right, a lot of you have emailed saying you're in some kind of a job that you hate, and you've started a side business, and you're trying to figure out when to quit. So when do you quit? So this is obviously completely individual. It totally depends on where you're at, what are your finances, what's your living situation, how much are you paying on your mortgage or your rent, or what what kind of bills do you have, all that stuff. But here's a good question for you. So are you with your side business, are you replacing your income yet? Are you replacing the income that you earned from your job with your side business yet? Or are you getting close to replacing it, right? Questions to ask yourself. Do you have a spouse or a partner that is also bringing in an income? Do you have children? Are you needing to take care and feed your kids, right? All these are questions to be aware of when you're trying to figure out when to quit. So some would say, right, that you should just take the leap and quit, right? I'm not recommending that. I had an experience in my life of I was able to do that because I was able to leave my job at the hospital, again, down the hall from the morgue. So I was able to leave that when I intuitively knew, inspiration told me that it was time to leave. However, I had savings. I had savings that I had saved up over the years, and I also dove into an already established business with my partner, Ike. So I had a very unique scenario that you might not have. So I took that leap, and when I got an inspirational hit that was like, Ike and I were out on a hike, and it was like, okay, time to quit your job and quit it now. I immediately went home. It was a Sunday. I emailed my boss and I said, okay, I'm putting in my notice right now. Bam. And that's what I did. And that's not everybody's scenario. Not everyone has that luxury. I really had a luxury to dive into an already established business with Ike and to have savings. So if you have a scenario like that, maybe it is take the leap for you. Maybe that's what's going to get you to get out of that scenario and really put all your heart and energy into your business, right? But it might not be you. So if that's not you, and financially that is not where you're at, and it's not a smart thing to do or a reasonable thing to do, could you decrease your hours at your job, right? There's a question. Could you go to part-time while you're increasing your hours at your business and trying to get it to a point where you feel comfortable quitting, right? And here's another thing, and this might sound horrible, but if you're really, truly unhappy with this job, you're going to be wanting to put more and more energy into that business. You're going to find the pockets of time in order to get up that hour earlier, stay up an hour later, or squeeze it in between soccer practice with the kids or whatever it is, right? You're going to find the time, or work on the weekends or whatever you need to do. You're going to find it because you want to get out of that scenario. So sometimes feeling that hatred towards your job is going to be the fuel that gets you out of where you currently are. So my recommendation to all of you with this scenario, this current scenario, is have a plan, right? Have a plan, set goals, right? How much money is it that you need to be making a month in your business by whatever time in order to quit, right? And how are you going to do that? What's your plan? How are you monetizing your business? What are the different, ways that you're making money? Where is it coming from? Do you have multiple streams of income that you could be utilizing, right? And the last thing I would say for these people having in this scenario right now is, what do you feel called to do, right? What does your inspiration, your intuition tell you to do, right? What is the thing to do? Is the loving thing to do for you and your family to stick out maybe 6 more months at your job as you really push with your business? Or is the loving thing to do, take the leap and go for it because you have some savings, or you have whatever it is? Just try to figure out and sit with what exactly it is for you. Okay. So that's my recommendation for all of you listening for that. I'm going to take a sip of water here before diving into the next question. So the next question I have received many times in the past few days is questions about our affiliate program at Avaya. So you probably noticed, if you've been paying attention to our emails, that I have mentioned, if you are interested in becoming an affiliate of this conference and actually making commissions on any sales that you bring in by referring this conference to your email list, to your Facebook friends, to your friends and family, whatever it is. So this is an option for you, and I've been putting this in the email list. So I want to give you a little bit more info about that, because people have asked how it works and how, if you've never done this before, how do you get started in doing such a thing? So first of all, the link to actually sign up to be an affiliate of Avaya in this conference is going to be in those emails we keep sending. And also for the replay of this video, this live cast right now, it will be below the video. So you'll be able to click on it if you're listening to the replay. So how it works is, you actually, let's say you don't have an email list or anything like that, but you're really looking to dabble in affiliate marketing. So you would sign up for our program. We would give you instructions on how to find what's called your affiliate link. Your affiliate link, when you have someone click on that link, let's say you post it to Twitter or to Facebook, someone clicks through on that link, and then they opt in to be a part of this event, and they buy one of our programs at Avaya. You, as the affiliate, as the referring affiliate, will receive 50% commission on that sale. And this goes for all of our programs. Most of our programs you can earn up to 50% on. There's a few that are 25%, which is a very specific niche, but the vast majority are 50% commissions on films, courses, programs, and more. Right? And we also have what's called a 2-tier program. And a 2-tier program is, if you are an affiliate marketer and you have a bunch of other affiliate marketers that you associate with, you can actually send them an email with your 2-tier affiliate link that we give you. And when, let's say 50 affiliates from your community join this launch, the Be Do Succeed launch, you actually earn, because you referred that affiliate, you earn 10% commissions on whatever sales they bring in, right? So I hope that makes sense to all of you. And if you're new to this, you could probably listen to the replay and listen to this over again, but just to give you a brief overview, that's how this stuff works. Another benefit of actually joining our affiliate program, and this is something I'm super passionate about. I love working with people in joint ventures and partnering with people and helping to promote their products and having people promote ours and vice versa. So another thing that I like to do every week is actually, I recommend a weekly launch or a weekly program. And these are launches and programs that are tested and convert really, really well from really amazing leaders in the personal, spiritual, business development world. Let's say like Mind Movies and Mary Morrissey and Christy Whitman, and a lot of these people who have some really amazing launches. So I recommend one of those at least once a week to the community, so that you have things that you can promote and know that they're coming from a great source of really great content in this niche of, again, personal, spiritual development, entrepreneurship, that kind of stuff. So once again, several of you have asked around like how to actually start affiliate marketing if you're a newbie. And I don't want to go into too much detail here because some of you might not be interested in this, but I do want to dive in a little bit because I've had actually a lot of you have signed up for our affiliate program and then you've asked us after the fact, I don't know what to do, right? I've never done this before. This sounds like a great idea. I want to start doing this, but what do I do? So I'm just going to talk a little bit about this now. And, you can follow up with me later about this. In the future, you can watch my upcoming marketing show that I'm going to be starting here in a few months, where we're going to really dive into this stuff in much greater detail. But here's a few steps that you should look at, right? If you're brand new to this, okay, figure out what niche do you want to be in, right? What are you passionate about? If you're going to be an affiliate marketer, what do you want to write about? If you're going to blog, or what do you want to talk about? What's your niche? What are you interested in, right? There's many different niches. There's personal development, which is a lot of what this niche is. There's business development, entrepreneurship, which is what this is, right? There's spirituality, there's Eastern philosophy, there's enlightenment and awakening, there's making money online, weight loss, how to be a better parent, mompreneurs, right? Parents that are entrepreneurs, moms that are entrepreneurs, dadpreneurs, all those kinds of niches. Now, another thing you'd want to look at is if you pick your niche, and you need to figure out, well, are there actually affiliate programs in that niche that you're going to be able to market, right? So that's going to take a little bit of research. And, what kind of programs do you want to promote? One big recommendation I have for you is to go to a site called ClickBank. Most of you who are already affiliate marketers probably already know all about ClickBank, but for those of you who don't, go to ClickBank. And this is a gigantic network with tons and tons and tons of products. And you can look through to see what you might like to promote. So if you're interested in weight loss, or let's say you're interested in entrepreneurship, you want to help people become entrepreneurs, right? You yourself are becoming an entrepreneur and you want to help other people become entrepreneurs too. So look through ClickBank and see what kind of programs there are available for people like you to promote. Tons of stuff up there, absolutely amazing stuff. A couple of other sites you could reference are ClickSure and Commission Junction. So again, that's ClickBank, ClickSure, and Commission Junction. So those are just some places to start to figure out, again, what it is that you want to promote. Obviously, build a website, right? If you don't have a website already, you're going to need to have some kind of place for people to go to sign up for your newsletter, to learn about your blog, to read your content, all that stuff. So, there's tons of things that go into this, but really simply, right, you would need to buy a domain name. So you would go to something like GoDaddy or Google Domains or something and get yourself a domain name. You could start with WordPress, really user-friendly, super simple. I highly recommend it. There's a bajillion tutorials online of how to use it, or maybe you're going to hire someone to help you with that, but really great stuff there. Then it's creating content, right? So now you're becoming this affiliate marketer. How do you actually create content? Well, you need to figure out how you want to do it. Do you want to blog? Do you want to shoot videos? Do you want to make audios? How do you want to communicate with people? Do you want to send out a weekly newsletter, a daily newsletter? And obviously just focusing in on producing really high quality content, right? And something that is relevant to whatever your target market is. So that's very, very important, obviously. You could be writing product reviews on a blog. You could have affiliate links in those. You could, another great tip is to create evergreen content, right? Something that's not going to go out of date. Something that you can not necessarily update in the future, that could just be there, that's talking about the art of I don't know, personal development. Some of that stuff is not going to change over time. These are principles that are going to withstand the test of time. Obviously, you need to build an audience, right? So social media might be a really simple way for you to start to build an audience, and building an email list, which is absolutely crucial. I do not believe that email marketing is dead. A lot of people talk about how email marketing is absolutely dead. Email marketing is not dead, in my opinion. So build an email list to communicate with your audience. Create some kind of what's called a lead magnet, right? A lead magnet is something that allows people to opt into your newsletter. So maybe you have a free download of the top 10 greatest tips for being a better parent, or you have a free 3-part video series featuring you talking about ways to, overcome fear as an entrepreneur. So you get people to actually opt into something based on giving them something for free, right? So that is what you could post all that stuff to social media and get people to actually like, wow, this is interesting. I want to know 10 great tips for being a better parent. So I'm going to sign up for, this newsletter and find out, and they'll get that download in your autoresponder, right? And then after you are building an audience or continue to build an audience, you got to figure out, what are you going to promote, right? You can promote free events. You can promote things like the Be Do Succeed conference, right? You can promote free films. You can point people to all these things, at least in our program, and make that 50% commissions, right? You could put banners on your website for things that interest you, banners that people click through on and go to someone's site. And when they purchase something over there, then you earn commissions, right? Again, you could do product reviews. So this is, again, just a brief overview. I wanted to dive into a little bit because so many people have asked me this, and I don't want to leave you guys hanging when you sign up for the affiliate program and you're like, what do I do now? Here are some ways. It's not necessarily an overnight thing in order to get up and running. However, if you really have nothing right now, if you're starting totally from scratch, I would recommend, if you sign up and you want to share the conference, then just share it on social media. Go in, again, we'll send you emails on how to get your resources. You could go in and grab a banner or a photo, right, of the event and post it to social media. And anybody who clicks through and purchases, you get 50% commissions on. So just a really great way of getting yourself started. All right. One more thing I want to mention before I ask you guys for questions is a couple of people have also asked about the All Access Pass. What is it? What do you get in it? So I want to just dive into that really quick. So again, I mentioned this near the beginning of the call. This All Access Pass is right now, currently, as of until tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time when we start the conference, it's $47. So super cheap. Obviously, that is US dollars. I'm in the US, so $47 US. And tomorrow it will go up to that 97. So when you purchase this, here's what you get. You get to own, as in like actual digital downloads, all 24 of the video expert sessions, and these will be MP4s. You will own all 24 audio expert sessions as MP3s. You will own 4 bonus gifts from some really awesome entrepreneurial friends of ours, like Christy Whitman, Dana Wild, Emmanuel Dagger, Carrie Samuels. Actually, every single one of those people, all 4 of those people, were actually featured in our free film series called The Truth About Prosperity. So totally grab those gifts if you end up doing the All Access Pass, because they are super amazing people and have great business tips. Also, I mentioned this before, you'll get 2 of our best-selling Avaya films, right? This is one film called Leap, A Quantum Awakening, and this takes a look at, this dives deep into the philosophy of things, right? What if you found out that your entire reality was an illusion, right? If you woke up tomorrow and you were told, had a realization, had some kind of wake up in your beingness that this entire world was not real, what would be possible? Right? What would be possible if you found out that this actually isn't happening and this world isn't actually real, right? Anything would be possible, right? So this is a really absolutely spectacular film. It dives deep down the rabbit hole into things like breaking free from your perceived limitations, right? Because living in a world where anything's possible, then there are no limits, right? Anything is possible. So it features people like Joe Vitale, who's been in almost every single film we've ever done, and he was in our last online conference. Totally love him. Gary Renard, James Twyman, and my partner Ike and I are also in that. The other film that you'll get as a part of this package is The Tao of Quantum Physics. Now, if you are someone who loves the science and loves the quantum physics and diving into, right, this science and spirituality conversation, this is absolutely amazing, right? It's going to help you really enhance your mental focus, increase your awareness, and dive into all sorts of topics as it relates to quantum physics, the nature of reality, all that kind of stuff. And this features my partner, Ike Allen, and people like Joe Dispenza, absolutely amazing guy, Amit Goswami, Will Arntz, who actually was one of the creators of What the Bleep, if you saw that years ago. So One other question, someone had mentioned that so there's going to be a bunch of free gifts that all 24 speakers are giving away on this event, on the Be Do Succeed conference. So they wanted to know, can they get access to all these free gifts in the All Access Pass? Yes. You actually have access to them anyways, but if for some reason you don't, so you can get them in this pass. So how the conference will go is, and if you went to our last conference, it'll be similar. So you'll see the speaker page, and on the speaker page with that person's interview, the video and the audio interview, you'll also see a button that takes you over to their free gift. So if for some reason you don't grab it right away, you'll be getting this in the All Access Pass, and you'll get it in a big PDF document where you can click through on all of the speakers' gifts. All right, and for any of you who have already purchased this All Access Pass, quick reminder, since the conference hasn't even begun yet, we can't give you the content yet until it's over. So it will all be delivered to you, your digital download links and everything will be delivered to your inbox by July 10th. Okay, so when the conference is totally complete, we'll deliver that all to you. So just make sure that you're paying attention to your emails. Again, make sure we're whitelisted. We're not landing in your spam folder so that you get access to that. All right, so we have come to that point, as I have talked for quite a while now, to questions. If anyone has any questions, please type them into the chat box. I'm going to go over there actually and see if I've missed anything in the last almost hour here. Okay. Philadelphia, New York. We are all over the world. Germany. Oh, Barbados, Canada. Awesome. I define myself as a digital artist entrepreneur. My work is on Society 6. Awesome, Susan. Yes, Marcia says, yes, that fear factor, especially when you have had a failure. Well, here's something to keep in mind. And again, anybody who has questions, type them into the chat box, but I'll just respond to what Marcia Brandon had said. Yeah, so here's the thing. We're entrepreneurs, or maybe we're becoming entrepreneurs, right? Everyone has failures, right? Or perceived failures. It depends on like how you look at the word failure. So if you have had something that didn't go as planned, or a launch or something that didn't, bring in the money that you wanted, all that is a stepping stone to learn whatever you are supposed to learn from that and move forward, right? The problem comes when people fall down, right? Have a failure and stay down and don't get back up again, right? That's where the problem lies, right? But if you learn from it, if you use it as a tool to get even better at whatever that was, and to strengthen your will, and to strengthen your, entrepreneurial nature, and really dive into becoming more successful, then it's all good. So just keep that in mind. Failure, I think it was Zig Ziglar that said, failure is an event, not a person, right? Oftentimes we as humans attach, oh my God, my book launch only brought in this many sales, and I thought it was going to bring in this many sales, and some people were mad at me for whatever it was, right? And now I'm a failure, right? You're identifying as a failure, as opposed to, oh, well, in my perception, that failed. I didn't reach my goal. And what can I do for book number 2? Or how can I relaunch it in a few months? Or, whatever it is. So again, like if you think about, right, a baby learning to walk, I always like to go back to this example, right? When we were babies learning to walk, right, 1 year old or so, we were falling all the time, right? But as children, as infants, as babies, we did not create stories back then that, oh my God, I fell and my butt hurts and now I'm a failure and I'm never going to get back up again, right? You watch a little baby walking around, falling over. Yes, maybe they cry for a second, but they get right back up again. They never stop. So great example we can all learn from small children, right? Among many, many other things. All right, so I'm not seeing any questions roll in. So hopefully the ones that I did answer from those of you who emailed me answered some of your other questions, anybody who's on right now. So I will see you guys tomorrow. This is exciting. I can't wait to dive into this. And I'm checking the chat window one more time, and I don't think I'm missing anything. But yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Again, I will be sending out each day's interview links by 10 a.m. Eastern during this whole 11-day event. So And once again, another reminder is the replays will be available for 72 hours after the interview starts. So you will not miss anything. You'll have those 3 full days in order to watch, listen, whatever it is that you need to do in your busy schedule. So I am super, super excited to dive in with all of you guys. I can't wait. Tomorrow is a big day. Again, we have Hale Dwoskin and Kristen Howe tomorrow. So super, super excited about that. And thank you all for being here, for your commitment to being and doing and succeeding, right? For just the fact that you registered for this event, just the fact that you're listening to this call right now, or you're listening to the replay, means you are committed. You have a commitment to your success. And I just love it. And I'm so excited to be on this journey with you. And I will see you all tomorrow, and we will just dive right in. All right, everybody, it is go time, and let's build a fortune together. Bye, everybody.